Hey Libra, welcome to your November reading. I'm using the Goddess, Gods and Guardians Oracle for your keywords for this month. And I'm using the Archangel Michael as the main deck. So I was drawn to use Archangel Michael for this month. I believe I was actually drawn to do a reading for myself, and it felt right to use them for you guys as well. And I believe it's because during this time we are all protected in all our endeavors that we're going through. I feel like it's very protective time, and I feel like if you do feel those times where you're feeling vulnerable during this, reach out. Make sure you are doing your own protection things, but I feel like no matter what, we are protected. But feel free to reach out for Archangel Michael too, and I feel like that's kind of like why these cards are what I was drawn to. It's kind of saying, hey, it's time for shielding. It's Scorpio season, so it's shadow work time. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's a time when things might come to the surface. We may be feeling vulnerable, but it's the best time to be doing anything where we need to release, let go, and some things may need to be seen. Okay, sorry guys, I got distracted. Okay, so your first card. I'm going to put my phone aside. I got distracted by a notification and then I clocked out. Sorry about that, guys. Mother Mary, emotional healing. So this came up for Pisces as well, actually. So this exactly what I was just saying about shadow work and things coming to the surface that need healing. I do feel like, though, for you, Libra, there's things that you're expressing in your outside world that may be a result of something emotional within yourself that needs to be seen. I do get this sense of you feeling quite vulnerable and emotional. If you look at Mary, I did this in Pisces and it did not come through the same way. I didn't even see that she was crying on the card. It didn't come through like that. But for me, I am seeing that. To me, that's indicating that this could be quite a time where you're feeling very emotional about something. My mic is turned the wrong way. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that didn't affect the quality. I'll have to have a listen. Your first card is sense of humor. Sense of humor. This card literally represents seeing things from another perspective. I do get this sense again of you seeing it kind of more just from you, and feeling things very heightenedly emotional from just you. And I want you to realize that it's time to kind of step away from that situation and look at everybody involved. I feel like that would be really beneficial for you. But also, this is paired with, and again, this is reversed, so pay attention with the Archangel Michael cards reversed. Be gentle with yourself. That coincides with that. It's saying basically that because you are so vulnerable and emotional with this, I feel like the only perspective that you are seeing is your own. I want you to be kind and not see that as a negative thing, though. This is sort of saying, hey, you're not guilty, you're being human, you're feeling things, you're doing the best that you can with what you're dealing with. But there's something here that needs seen, there's something that needs addressing. You need to see your vulnerability within this. I am seeing fairy things. It sounds very weird, but I'm seeing the fair of the sense of humor card, and I'm seeing the fair of the kind of lamb that is wrapped around her neck in the be gentle with yourself card. I feel like comfort is something that should be like an asset to you, something that's going to bring you comfort. And I feel like as though in your life at this moment, you're doing the opposite. Like you're trying to I want to say it's like trying to be strong and trying to just force yourself through something when it's actually a time to comfort and take kind of inventory, like hiding away and comfort in yourself. That's the sense I get with this. But again, Mother Mary is someone had been through a lot. Okay, let's look at Mother Mary and her story. And she's been through a lot. She's got many judgments. She's called a whore. She's called this, that, and the other. However, she is a woman. She's been through a lot. The life that she lived and the times that she lived in, they were very difficult times. And yet she still is very saintly. She's seen as literally the embodiment of feminine energy, which is really beautiful. And I feel like this is kind of how you are feeling within yourself. I feel as though you feel judged as well, is what's kind of coming with this. But again, I feel like this is an emotional wound that you need to see for yourself. This is a time for self-work, so I feel like that's why that's coming through for me. It's a time to really see our vulnerabilities and kind of tend to those inner child wounds that we have. Really cool. This came through in the exact same position for Aries as well. It's Earth Magic. Now with this card, she's a Pona. I'm sorry if I say names wrong because I'm really terrible with names. It's giving me the same Earth Magic. The horse in this imagery, it kind of represents to me somebody solid and loyal, who we can lean on for support. And I get this same energy for you, that you have that support and you have this earth energy, and it's somebody you can lean on. I do feel, again, and it's coming through the exact same way that it came through for Aries for me, for you, as though this is someone you can lean on for support, but also like the branches on her arms, it's like you nurturing that connection, nurturing that kind of the gratitude of this connection that you have with this earthy soul. So apply that where that applies for you. It feels as though there's energy there for you as well. It's really weird for you. I did not read this the same for Aries, but to me it's resonating as though there's energy healing here for you. So perhaps with that earthy soul as well, there's something energetically here that's either healing for you or that needs to be healed, because it feels as though like I'm just really drawn to the crystal, as though there's energy, it's healing, it's there for you. Now earth magic is very healing. Earth magic is literally going outside, walking barefoot on the ground, grounding yourself. I want you to kind of use that to your benefit. I feel like that will help you, Libra, during this time. It's kind of getting back to your roots as well. With earth magic, I am drawn to that root chakra, something along that healing there, and aligning ourselves with our true balance. Interesting. You've created this situation. It's time you have the power to change it. I do feel like this very much is rooted in you. So anything that's bringing you emotional trauma, I feel as though like it's something that you created for this situation, and so it's easily remedied through yourself. Now she's an artist in this imagery, so she is creating what she is. If you see, there's a unicorn, and I feel as though really this angel, I'm guessing it represents Archangel Michael, but what he's painting is what's there. And I actually feel as though instead of him painting the unicorn, it's like he's painted this unicorn and it's coming to fruition. That's how I'm reading it for you. I feel like what you are painting, what you are saying with your words, what you are creating with your hands, your actions, that's what's coming into your life. I feel like this is actually a really, really manifesting time for you. But I do feel like this inventory needs to be made on that, like something needs to change, because what you're creating isn't what you are desiring. Obviously look into that for yourself, Libra, and where that applies. Self-respect. Oh, right. So it's reverse. Pay attention. The self-respect comes when you're perhaps not respecting yourself for who you are, and maybe you're letting people cross your boundaries. I am getting a really highly emotional time for you, and this is where rooting and grounding yourself can help with that. It's about asserting your boundaries and reconnecting with the earth, and making sure that you're putting yourself kind of on a stool where your boundaries are being respected, but also that you are being respectful to who you are, being authentic to who you are. I do feel as though, as I'm saying this, that there's walls up, and I feel like something that's causing you emotional trauma is created by a boundary and a wall that you've put up. And I feel as though this is the key to what you're supposed to be attending to. So obviously have a look at that situation for yourself. But I feel like it comes to where it's a learned behavior from you. So this is where you feel as though this I'm putting this here because this is my respect, this is my boundary. But I feel like actually no, that's something that's a trauma. This is a wound. This is something that needs healing within you. And I feel like this is something for you to look at for yourself. Now then we have Hecate. She is, or Hecate, however you say it, past life reading. And I'm a really rubbish witch when I can't say names of my entities. Whatever. Past life healing. This really is all about healing. I am loving this. This is typical Scorpio season stuff. This is shadow work. Past life healing, I feel whatever it is that's bringing this wall up for you, is saying there's something that it's kind of as though it's coming with you. This is something you're learning. This is here for a reason, for you to discover it. But again, you are manifesting that. You are creating it. You are wielding this lifetime. You are able to shift and change and heal these things. And I feel like you're aware of that. And this is just kind of it's like I mean, all the readings, I feel like when you go to a reader, you listen to a reader, that they are just reminding you of something, like kind of triggering something within yourself that you already know. And I feel like this is the whole point. Like everything I've said, I feel like you feeling that, you know it, you are highly intuitive and you are aware of this, but it's just triggering that to be like, yeah, duh, I need to see to that, which is really cool. Throat chakra, something needs to be communicated as well. And again, I just feel as though there's something, it is about communication, I feel as well, which is, and this is what I was saying about the words you're putting out and the actions you're putting out, because actions are just as communicative as words. Realize that we don't just communicate with our voice, we communicate with our body language, we communicate with things that we do and how we treat people, and how we treat ourselves. This is all different ways that we communicate in our lives, so be aware of that. This is reversed. Write about your thoughts and feelings. I definitely get this sense of something deep within you. Now, writing about your thoughts and feelings is a really great tool if that's sort of thing that works for you. Get things out of your head. I feel like you're very much inside yourself, and it is about getting it out and seeing things from another perspective. And writing about it can do it. And this card literally is very much do that. However, it's more about getting it out of your head in a way that works for you. So if that isn't a way, what does work for you? How do you get out of your head and seeing things kind of objectively? And this is what this card is asking you to do. Lean on God and the angels for support. This is saying, again, go within. So do your spiritual practice, whatever that may be. Whether it be religious, whether it be more spiritual, whether it be literally mundane, writing a diary about your thoughts and feelings. It's a very spiritual thing to do. But lean on that support and kind of trust in your divine wisdom with this, but realize that you have a whole team of network of support with you, and they're not asking you to do it alone. Your ancestors are with you. The veil is very thin during this time, and I feel like you've had all this support with you. And I was actually just drawn to the next one, Soul Family, which is Hathor, I think is how you say her name. Look at all those ancestors. Your ancestors are with you supporting this. The fact you have Hecate and then you also have Hathor right next to each other, like that is immense. This is divine witchy power. This is ancestral. This is a very powerful time for you, Libra, and it's shadow work all the way. I feel like there's something to heal with you emotionally. It could be connected to a past loved one who is feminine, so a mother, a grandmother, could be a lead here for you. It's bringing up some kind of emotional baggage for you. I'm saying baggage because I feel like it needs to be seen and addressed and healed for yourself. So it's a little, I feel like I've got all these little directions for you. That's pretty cool, Libra. Sun, so I feel like that you should, again, nature is really drawn to me for you for this month. I feel like getting out in the sun and then feet on the ground. Feet on the ground, sun on the head. I feel like fully chakra aligning can be really beneficial. We've had sun, we've had grounding, and we've had throat chakra. So I definitely get the sense of balancing yourself. Libra, you are literally the scales, and we like to be in balance, right? And I feel like this is something that you're not feeling and that needs to be tended to. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. So have a goal and look into it. And keep your eye on it. Have a goal and work towards it is what I wanted to say. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit distracted today. Okay, let me have a look. I definitely feel like you have so much like help around you. Your guides are really guiding you through this time. And I think as well that lamb kind of represents that as well, as though you have this nurturing spirit with you during this time and going through this. I'm feeling a lot of feminine energy all the way through this. And I kind of get a sense of a bird as well, like a bird can help you see something. Perhaps even like there may even be some a relative reincarnated into a bird, and I have no idea what that means or if that's a thing, but I don't know. It's kind of giving me that for you. But you are the one, I kind of feel like even though you're being guided, like you are the one that has to apply that into your life. So it's okay to think something and believe something, but if you're not applying that into your life, I feel like this is what this is saying to you, is you need to, when it's saying keep your eyes on the intended target, I feel like how this is applying to you, Libra, is saying like, so then we can get to work, get it going, let's get it bringing it into our lives, bring it into fruition. Let go of fear now. Stop with the worries and concerns and stop worrying about what is, could be, would be, etc. I feel like that's what this is saying to you. It's also, you're on the right path, so kind of go forward fearlessly pairs with this card, but it's saying let go of any worries and just speak your truth. We have the third eye chakra is what is highlighted on this one, and I feel like it's have a vision and see it and trust in your intuition. But I feel like what could be hindering you and holding you back is your own reserves. Perhaps you understand where you need to apply this, but you're too scared to do that, or you're fearful. I don't know, actually. I feel as though it's kind of a stubbornness, actually, with this. I feel as though it is a fear that's holding you back. I mean, it feels like a stubborn fear. Like sometimes we allow our fears to stop us from doing something. And I would say that's the feeling I'm getting with this. It's like we are just allowing that fear to hold us back, than truly be authentic in this scenario. So yeah, shadow work's basically what this month's about for you, Libra. Very interesting, very cool. I'm loving the spirituality of this month, and I'm glad that I used these cards. I feel as though there's great potential for growth for all of us during this time. And again, remember that we are protected during this. So we are being guided to take risks, take protected risks. Means we're protected. They are risks that are going to benefit us in one way, shape or form. So kind of let go of fear and go for it. So I hope that makes sense for you, Libra. Please comment below if you have any questions. Please subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with all future readings. And I'll see you next month. Thank you, guys.